Today we're tackling something really important. We're diving into a detailed integrative wellness newsletter for a very specific community.
That's right. The community managing Waldenstrom macroglobulinemia, or WM, it's a rare condition, and this kind of holistic support, well, it's not just nice, it's vital.
Exactly. So our mission today isn't just to summarize. We want to pull out the key strategies, the practical tips, and the sense of community commitment that shines through here.
We're aiming to find those nuggets of hope and real tools people can use.
Okay, let's unpack it. We'll stick to the newsletter's order, starting with the big news and that feeling of gratitude that really sets the tone.
Yeah, it's striking, isn't it? Right from the start.
It is. The newsletter opens acknowledging, the storms to weather in the wild world of Waldenstrom. But the overwhelming feeling is gratitude. They mention dedicated specialists, research momentum, and this deepening focus on integrative wellness.
And the headline news here, the thing that really signals stability for these programs, is about Anne Grace McMullen. She's moving into a full-time role with the IWMF, that's the International Waldenstrom Macroglobulinemia Foundation, starting this November.
A full-time role. That sounds like a major commitment, a real investment in the program's future. What exactly will she be doing in this bigger role?
It seems like two main things. First, she'll keep overseeing all the integrative wellness programming, which she was already involved in.
Right.
But second, she's expanding her focus to improve patient communications overall. And the newsletter is really clear this isn't happening in a vacuum. It's a direct result of community feedback, engagement, and importantly, donations.
So the community itself drove this expansion.
Exactly. They explicitly say this funding allows them to plan for a rich future of integrative wellness, even mentioning new classes and webinars planned for 2026. It's framed as a program designed for you, inspired by you, and co-created with your needs in mind. Really collaborative.
And that PS she includes, I know my dad is smiling right now. That just hits differently, doesn't it?
Sure.
It makes this whole organizational move feel so deeply personal.
It really does. It grounds it all in personal experience and commitment. That's sort of the heart of their whole philosophy, it seems.
So how does that philosophy translate into the actual programs? What's the scope?
Well, looking at the overview, the IWMF Wellness Program aims to address the whole person, body, mind, spirit, using evidence-based stuff. We're talking fitness, yoga, tai chi, qigong, relaxation, meditation, even specific classes on finding joy.
It's quite a range.
It is. And they make a point of saying care partners are always welcome. It's not just for the person with the diagnosis.
That holistic, inclusive approach, it clearly makes a difference. I saw this quote from their 2025 wellness survey. It was anonymous, but really powerful.
Oh, yeah. What did it say?
The IWMF Wellness Program has changed my life. It is so comforting and impactful to know that you are part of a national and international network of people living with WM.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes about just feeling seen,
Wow. Yeah. Changed my life. That's significant feedback. It really shows the why behind it all, doesn't it? Connection, visibility.
Totally. And looking quickly at the calendar notes for November, they're offering very practical support too. There's a WM Caregiver Support Group meeting on the 12th.
Important. Caregivers need that space.
And an Integrative Oncology webinar on the 20th. Plus, a little reminder about the clocks changing. Practical stuff.
Yes. Always helpful. And the class schedule itself, it's got variety.
It really does. Beyond the foundational things like share yoga and gentle yoga, there are some fun ones too, like Laugh for the Health of It with Betsy Mercer.
I saw that. And it says it's not recorded.
Exactly. A good reason to join live. And then there's things like sound bath meditation for deeper relaxation. It's a really thoughtful mix.
It seems very tailored.
But okay, the real origin story, the depth of how this all started, that comes out in the first big article. It's by Anne Moffat, called To See a World in a Grain of Sand. This was where we see how these connections actually spark.
Yes. Anne Moffat's story. It's quite moving. She talks about her diagnosis 13 years ago, that initial panic, feeling like her number was up, how it stopped her retirement plans cold.
That must have been terrifying.
Absolutely. But then she found the IWMF, and she highlights those three key things it gave her: connection, information, and solace. The turning point for her was meeting other Walden friends, as she calls them, from all over the world.
And here's where it connects back beautifully, right? The source mentions that the very first chair yoga class, the one that basically kicked off this whole wellness program,
was donated by Anne Grace McMullen.
Yes, in honor of her dad, Hugh McMullen, who also had WM.
It brings that personal commitment full circle, doesn't it? From Anne Grace's tribute honoring her father grows this huge program that Anne Moffat now relies on.
It's incredible. Anne Moffat even says the wellness program is now her priority. It helps her manage being immunocompromised and deal with severe arthritis pain. She specifically mentions classes like Yoga Nidra and the sound bath being essential for her.
So that initial act of giving, born from personal experience, has had this massive ripple effect.
And she wraps it all up with that William Blake quote, "To see a world in a grain of sand," using it to talk about finding gratitude and meaning in the everyday, even when life throws you these huge curveballs.
It's a powerful framing device for resilience.
Definitely. Okay, so shifting gears slightly from the personal stories to the specific therapeutic approaches, the newsletter highlights that upcoming Integrative Oncology webinar. What exactly is Integrative Oncology in this context?
Good question. The term integrative gets thrown around a lot. Here, the webinar with Jockey Bowers positions it as very patient-centered. It's about blending conventional medical treatment.
Like chemo or other therapies?
Right, blending those with evidence-based complementary therapies. The goal is supporting the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. Crucially, it aims to improve quality of life and, really importantly, reduce those often harsh side effects from standard treatments.
Okay, so it's about adding supportive therapies alongside standard care, not replacing it.
Precisely. Evidence-based additions to help manage the journey.
That makes sense. Now, the next section is dedicated entirely to gratitude, the surprising benefits of gratitude.
Yeah.
And they're not just talking feelings, they're citing studies connecting it to actual health outcomes.
Yes, and this is important. There's always a risk, isn't there, of sounding like you're pushing positive vibes only when someone's facing a serious illness.
Right, minimizing the struggle.
But this newsletter seems careful. It grounds gratitude in, well, science. It presents it as a cognitive tool. Emotionally, they mention it boosts mood, builds resilience, might even nudge serotonin and dopamine levels, basically helping to refocus the brain away from constant worry.
And physically, what are the claimed benefits?
The source material links gratitude practice to things like improved immune function, better sleep, which we know is huge, a reduction in stress hormones like cortisol, and even potentially lowering blood pressure, so tangible physical effects.
It's presented as an active intervention, something you do.
Exactly, and they make a key distinction. Gratitude isn't about ignoring the bad stuff. It's about acknowledging the very real challenges while remaining open to the good things that still exist.
I like that framing. They say two things can be true. You can feel fear and gratitude at the same time.
That feels much more realistic and validating for someone going through treatment, I think.
Yeah. And to make it practical, they have a call to action inviting people to share gratitude messages with Anne Grace for social media.
Yeah.
And they point to a specific class, a mindfulness meditation on November 25th, focusing on creative embodiment with a special guest.
So providing concrete ways to practice it.
Then, shifting to community support again, there's the Caring for the Caregivers meeting on November 12th.
Yes, and I noticed they made a point of saying it's informal support and open not just to designated care partners, but also to people with WM who happen to also be caregivers for someone else.
That's a really thoughtful distinction. Those roles often overlap, don't they?
They really do. It acknowledges that complexity.
Following that, we get this really interesting deep dive into seasonal self-care. An article by Sharon Rivet on balancing Vata using Ayurvedic principles.
Ayurveda. Defined here as the science of life. The core idea is that health comes from balance.
Right, and it connects this to the current season.
Yes. According to this framework, we're in Vata season, late fall, early winter. This season has qualities like cold, dry, light, mobile. And if you're prone to a Vata imbalance, this time of year can apparently worsen things like stiffness, dry skin, feeling cold.
Okay, so if the season is cold, dry, and mobile, the advice is to bring in the opposites.
Exactly. The strategy is all about opposites balance. You want to introduce warmth, moisture, grounding, stability.
So what does that look like practically?
Well, for exercise, they suggest slower forms, gentle yoga, walking, tai chi. The idea is that Vata is already mobile, so fast, jarring activities can actually aggravate it. You want grounding movement.
Makes sense. Counteract the motion. And diet.
Think warm, substantive, oily, nourishing foods. Things served hot. Casseroles, stews, soups, things that feel heavy and grounding, countering the light, dry quality of the season.
Okay. And there was a specific self-care practice mentioned, Afyanga.
Yes, Abhyangar. It's described as an ancient practice of daily self-massage with warm oil. They specifically suggest organic sesame oil. The idea is it provides this warm, heavy, grounding effect, soothing the nervous system and counteracting that vata dryness and coldness.
Interesting. A very specific, actionable technique tied to the season.
And just to round out the resources, they also mentioned that the recording of the October Wellness webinar is available. That one featured a pharmacist talking about vitamins, herbs, and supplements used by cancer patients.
Always a hot topic, very relevant.
Definitely. And then they close with one final participant quote that kind of ties everything together, I think.
Oh, yeah. What's the final word from the community?
It says, "So often at this stage of life, we become invisible. The wellness program provides us with a safe place where we are seen."
Wow. Seen. That just lands with such impact. It sums up that need for connection, for validation, beyond just managing symptoms.
It really does. The program isn't just about physical wellness classes, it's about providing visibility and community.
So, bringing it all together, what's the big picture here?
I think it's that this wellness program, clearly fueled by community support and that deep personal commitment from people like Anne Grace McMullen, is becoming more robust, more stable, and it's offering really specific, sophisticated tools from the science of gratitude to ancient Ayurvedic wisdom aimed at building resilience, connection, and balance for people navigating WM.
And that phrase repeated in the newsletter, take exquisite care of yourselves. It feels less like a platitude and more like a call to action, given everything they offer, acknowledging, like they said, that fear and gratitude can coexist, and choosing tools that help ground you.
Especially now in this Vata season, as they describe it, that idea of balancing the cold and mobile with warmth and grounding.
It reminds me of that Joy Harjo quote they included from Eagle Poem. We must take the utmost care and kindness in all things. So maybe the final thought for you, the listener, is what's one small opposite step you could take this month? Maybe it's a warm meal instead of a cold salad, 5 minutes of gentle stretching, or just pausing to consciously note one good thing. What small act of care can you offer yourself?